Hi, and welcome back to part 2 of the video showing the download, configuration, and installation of bid2x for DV360 from scratch. In part 1 we got most of the config completed, and in this video we're going to run the installer. First, you need to set the execute bid on the install script and run it. When the installer runs it, each section is numbered and all output is logged. Additionally, logs are all preserved to ensure you have a full history of what happened. The steps of the default install are: set up environment. This section makes sure the correct project is selected and is a placeholder for any other work that may need to be done to set up the correct environment. Pre-run checks. This section checks that the files referenced in your config exist locally, as they will be needed during the install. Activate APIs. This section ensures the correct APIs are enabled within Google Cloud Platform. Grant permissions. This section ensures that the correct permissions are given to the entities involved in bid2x. Delete old install. This section deletes all parts of previous installations before starting. GCS operations. This section copies the necessary config files to a bucket in cloud storage. If that bucket doesn't exist, it attempts to create it. Deploy jobs. This section deploys the necessary bid2x Docker containers. It involves calls to Cloud Build to generate the necessary containers. Create scheduler jobs. This section creates the cloud scheduler jobs necessary to call the deployed Cloud Run jobs on a recurrent basis. Each and every one of these sections can be enabled or disabled in the install script, but by default, they are all enabled. Once we get to the section deploying the Cloud Run jobs, it can take a while. So I'll speed this up.
A few moments later.
And we're done. Let's see what has installed. Under Cloud Run jobs, we now have 3 separate jobs. Looking at the weekly job, we see the cron-like config that says it runs at 20 o'clock, 8 p.m. on the 7th day, which is Sunday. And under the YAML configuration section, we can see that it's set up to start with the option -I to load the my bid2x weekly config JSON file from cloud storage. Looking at the daily job, we see a trigger that runs daily at 4 a.m. And the YAML section shows that it uses a separate configuration file. Looking at cloud storage, there is a bucket, the same name as the project, with the extension -config. This is where the config files went. And that's it. That's bid2x for DV360 downloaded, configured, and fully deployed. Now, it would be a matter of modifying the JSON files in the install directory to get the exact behavior you're looking for, and then redeploying with the install script again, but perhaps just the portion of the install that copies the JSON files to the right place. Thanks for watching this video. Watch for more bid2x explainer videos coming soon.